Happy Friday, everyone. Hello. Thanks so much for coming in tonight. This nice summer evening here. Thanks for all the birthday wishes yesterday, guys. You're all awesome. I haven't been on Facebook yet today, so I will respond to them all for sure this weekend. Thanks again. You guys are all so sweet. I appreciate you being here. So tonight we are going to finish up or get a little further on these little fun blocks that we got started on when we were working on the hourglass block. See, they all have these little hourglasses in the middle. This was when we did the hourglass block and then chopped it up and rearranged it to get these blocks. So I thought, you know, we have one day before we start our next project, so I thought we'd work on this a little bit more. I washed the hourglass quilt, so all of my water-soluble lines are gone. So this is all good to go. Smells good. It's ready to ship to whoever wins the giveaway. So again, there's just a couple more days. I'm gonna do the giveaway on Monday, and it'll be announced in the Penguin and Fish Crafters group. There's a link here for that if you want to join. And there's a couple more days to sign up to win the quilt, and there's a link in this post, the description post here as well, if you want to sign up for that. So a couple more days for that. It feels like a real quilt now that it's fluffed up a little bit, and I don't know, I'm excited. A finished project. What's not to like about that? So, all right, guys, I'm also going to share with you the kit I got for the Mod Kid Travel Art Folio. I know a few of you guys got the kit as well, but I wanted to share my fabric choices that I picked for it and what comes in the kits. There is still time. We're going to start this project on Monday. There's still time to order the PDF version, and then you can go to your local shop and get the other supplies if you want as well. All the supplies should be listed on the PDF listing as well. Oh, I don't have that link in here, but I will put it in later. You can go to Etsy and do a search for Mod Kid Travel Art Folio, and it should pop up the PDF version there. So, all right, if you're new, my name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. You can find me at Penguin and Fish everywhere and penguinandfish.com. And I'm here every night at 9:30 p.m., every weeknight at 9:30 p.m. Central Time for some chill, relax, and craft time. So, all right, I'm going to flip you around, and we will get going tonight. Thanks for joining me again, guys. All right, so here is my travel art folio. Oh, and just another thing. So after the travel art folio, we're going to be starting this on Monday. And we'll be doing it for, well, however long it takes for us to sew it up. I'm not quite sure. But when this project is done, we will be, I have a trip that I'm going to be going on, so I'll be gone for a few days. But then in August, we'll be starting the Jacqueline Steves quilt along. So you can sign up for that. I'll put a link in here after this is done for that as well. But for that, there's 4 blocks. And after each one is done, I think we'll have time in between. So we will be stitching my embroidery kit after we finish our first block of the Jacqueline Steves quilt along that we'll be doing here. So I don't actually have this on my website yet. You can get it from most Joann stores, but I will be doing a special sale on this towards the end of the month. But I just wanted to let you know that we will be working on this soon as well. And I will definitely give you guys enough time to order, and so you can have it in time for when we start. I will have more info on this coming up, this stitch along, but just wanted to let you know that that is coming up as well. But here we go. Here's the travel art folio. If you guys got the kit, this is what's in there. You're going over the pattern for the travel art folio. It seems complicated. There is a lot going on. I mean, it's almost like sewing a bag. It's got structure to it. It's got all these pockets. And I have not done much of that before. So Carol, that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this project is, you know, I always like learning and trying new things. Like there's different interfaces and stuff as well. And I haven't used any of that very often. So this will be fun to do. We'll all learn and go through it together. So this is what it comes with. Here's the fabrics I got. This is from Patty Young's fabric collection. There we go. And then I just thought this was so pretty. It's like little tiles almost. And then, you know, this had little grasshoppers in, so gotta love that. You don't need to cut it out by Monday. I am going to do that all live here. So if you're worried, I mean, you know, feel free to, but I will be doing it here as well. So don't worry about that. We're going to take the time to do it here, which it does take time. So the first session will just be kind of going over the pattern and starting to cut out the pieces. So here's the pattern. So this is the paper version. She has a PDF version as well. But yeah, so we will be going over the cutting tomorrow and going through all the tips. I'm going to read through this over the weekend. It's always good to read through a pattern before you get started, so give it a good read. Even if it's just for the sake of putting question marks on places so you know, okay, I'm not quite sure what's happening here. I got to remember that I have to figure it out before I just do something silly. So I'm going to do that for myself, and then we'll start going through it. We will be cutting our 2 fabrics, and then it also comes with, I think this is fusible fleece, which is kind of interesting. It's fleecy and fleecy on one side, and then it's got like those pellets almost, those glue dots almost on the other. Oh yeah, cutting out takes bunches of time. Me too, Joe. So we are going to take the time to do that. So I don't expect you to have it all cut because I know, you know, it's part of the process. Cutting and ironing or pressing are always the things that I'm like, oh, that's not part of the process. I'm just, you know, you whip that out and you're done. But those 2 things actually do take time and they are important. So we are going to we're not going to skip around. We are going to spend the time on all that. So this is fusible fleece. And then this is, what is this? This is like an interfacing, fusible medium weight interfacing. So we got fusible medium weight interfacing. Now on this, it's soft on one side and it's got the glue dots on the other side as well. So if you do get the PDF pattern, I mean, if you have the kit already, it has everything in. But if you do get the PDF pattern, I think even before you purchase it, there's a supplies list. It'll tell you what you need to get. So there's the weekend yet if you want to get that. Oh, and then it also comes with, oh gosh, some really cute Velcro and elastic. So cute Velcro. I wonder if, I don't know, did you guys get these same color Velcros? I wonder if she picked it special for each of our fabric colors. I'm not sure, but these 2 look awfully sweet with this. This is like awesome elastic. I kind of love this. So yeah, this matches all pretty as well. But I'm stoked. I love the little grasshoppers, love the colors. And it's challenging. I mean, it's just challenging enough of a project, or at least it feels like one that, you know, I feel like I'm going to learn a lot and I'm going to have just like a really cool thing when I'm done here. So there we go. Oh, and if you want to look it up, here it is. It's Mod Kid Sewing Patterns by Patty Young, and then just look for the Travel Art Folio. That's what we'll be doing. So, all right. Oh, you got white and green. Pretty. Oh, you got white and green for yours. So they are different for each little fabric. Oh, that is so sweet. So Patty put these all together for us. She did these kits special for our stitch along here. And I'm excited just to see what everyone does. Oh, and we'll be sharing everything in the Penguin and Fish Crafters group. So be sure to share your fabrics and, you know, once we get started, show your progress and stuff in there as well. So, all right, I'm going to plop this back in the bag. It is a nice big bag. The nice thing about this bag, too, is that you can just keep the project in here. This can be the storage, too. So, all right, let's sew something. Okay, so here are these 2 blocks that we ended up making a few weeks ago. We started making these when I was at my mom and dad's house. So these are done by, we have these triangles yet too. These were made by first making our hourglasses. So there's one side. let's see which one matches. Not this one. Here we go. So this is made by first doing our hourglasses like this. So we'll sew these two together, but then we cut it in thirds this way and then thirds this way, and then we rearranged it. So we did two at once, and we rearranged. We just flipped from the two segments. So that's what we're going to do again tonight. So this is kind of a little bit of a review, but also making those other two blocks. So it looks like I need to press these yet. We never pressed them. So I'm going to press them both to the dark side. We'll get started with that. Oh, you love this fabric. This is some of my fabric that I designed. This is some cute little dots and some of our Safari Suite too. There's like little baby elephants and little lions and stuff on there, and then just matching dots. I think we might have some fat quarters of these at penguinandfish.com yet too, if you're interested. All right, pressing to the dark side. In this case, the dark side's pretty light, but the light side's lighter. So I have 4 of these, and that should make 2 hourglass blocks. And by slicing those 2 hourglass blocks, we will get our 2, I don't know, donut blocks or snowball blocks. Oh yeah, so all my stuff is pretty much kid related. Yeah, these are definitely, I mean, you can use it for whatever, but definitely designed for cute little baby quilts. No, the table did not come yet. Oh, it is. I think it's just, I should look it up again. You know what? I sent them an email to ask and where I purchased it from, and I got no response back, so I'm kind of meh about their customer service. But I think on the manufacturer's site, which is not where I got it, but on the manufacturer's site, they said they're going to start shipping today. So hopefully mine shipped today because I want it. My little extension table. You haven't read through the PDF pattern, but need to print it out and mark off each step. Yep, Joe, I'm going to be doing that as well. Not the PDF pattern, but I'm going to be just doing a good read through and see if there's anything that I'm confused on. It's always good to do that beforehand before you cut out a bunch of stuff and then you realize, oh, wait a sec, I should have waited for this or that for some reason. All right. So again, we have to pair the ones that are the same. So these two have the white on the left. These two are opposite. So see, the green is on the left on this side. So like goes with like, because when I flip one around, then we get the hourglass. I have all 3 bundles of your fabric. Oh, cool. Oh, you don't want to use it? Oh, that's so funny. That's, I'm trying to get over that myself. Like with the Splendid Sampler, I've said this before, but with this working on the Splendid Sampler quilt along was kind of the first time that I finally just decided to use my pretty fabric that had just been sitting on the shelf forever, just looking pretty. All right, so I just took out my metallic thread, and I haven't tested the tension or anything on this yet, but I think we should be okay. So I'm nesting the seams here, and we will just throw this on. I'm not going to use any clips or anything. We're just going to sew. I'm holding that, I'm holding where I'm nesting this seam together though. Oh, birthday dinner was awesome, Pam. Thanks for asking. We went to Butcher and the Boar, which is my favorite place in town. And we over-ordered, which is not hard to do there at all, but we over-ordered on purpose so we'd have more today to eat, so I had it all day today too. And it was just awesome. They did not have our favorite dessert though anymore. They switch up the desserts for different seasons and stuff, but man, when my brother was in town, they had this, I probably talked about it. I've been talking to everyone about it, this dessert. But it was this cheesecake, but it should not have been called cheesecake. So this is what they didn't have anymore. So we got something else, which is delicious too. But this cheesecake shouldn't have been called cheesecake because it's not what you think of when you imagine cheesecake. It was just this, it was light and airy, and it was just this round sphere, and it had this apricot gelato with it, with this apricot and gooseberry sauce and these honeycomb candies on it. I don't know. It was insane and delicious. And when my brother was in town, we got it just to try it, and then we all shared it. And then we literally went back to the same place the next day so we could each get our own cheesecake. So like that's how good it was. And none of us eat that much dessert, but we had to go back to get this cheesecake again. But now they didn't have it anymore. That was like my main thing I wanted to, I mean, you know, it's delicious. I would have wanted to go there anyway, but man, that was like the best thing ever. But we got the s'mores instead, and they make all their own, they make their own marshmallows, they make their own graham cracker, and then, oh, and the marshmallows have a little bit thing of chocolate on the inside, and they're all like toasted and stuff. And then it has this coffee ice cream that they make there too, with this graham cracker crumble around it, and you take the coffee ice cream and dip it in the graham cracker crumble, and oh my god, it's so delicious. So if you're ever in town in Minneapolis, that is my biggest recommendation, is to go to Butcher and the Boar. And you know, and they have like delicious drinks too, like if you like old fashions or something like that. I mean, they make them the best there. And you know, the food is amazing. Like it's Butcher and the Boar. They're known for like their meats and all that, which are amazing. But man, you could just go for a dessert and a drink and be perfectly fine. It is good. All right, there's our first hourglass. I'm gonna try doing that thing where we twirl the seams again. So I'm giving it a press on one side first. All right, I gotta lose the sweater again. My sweater's got wings and it's getting in my way. All right, so folding this down. Now we got that cute little pinwheel in the center here. And now it's almost as if like we are pressing in a circle now. So let's get this straight, and I will do that. It was fun though. It's nice to get out, and then we went to the Walker Art Center here. They just redid their whole sculpture garden, and we haven't seen it yet, so we went to do that. But man, it was like 90 plus degrees out, so we were dragging quite a bit. But it was fun. I'm like, where's the other one? There we go. All right, next up we get to slash these, which I'm kind of excited about that. But let's press it first. What a weird week though. With the holiday and everything, it doesn't feel like Friday, or I don't know, maybe it feels like Friday, but it feels odd to have the weekend tomorrow already. I don't know. I'm pretty excited to start these new projects though. You know, I keep thinking that I'll get quilting out of my system after the next quilt and want to work on other stuff, but I'm getting excited for that Jacqueline Steve's sew-along, quilt-along too. Like I'm already ready for another quilt-along. I like all these smaller projects though too. Oh, let's do one last press on the front here. We'll get some more embroidery done and a few other things as well though. More projects. Some more sewing and quilting, but we'll do some other things too. So okay, here we are. So it looks like, oh yeah, this should be around 9 inches, I think. Is that how it worked last time? I'm not quite sure. It's been a while for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.5. I have a hunch that we cut this down to 9 inches before we did this. So let me just measure. Each one of these should be, well, this should be like 2.5 inches in the center because it should have been 3 inches. Yeah, okay. So we did. So we cut this down to 9 inches first and then cut it into 3-inch segments. So let's, I suppose we should probably square them up one at a time. All right, so I have this ruler here, and what I need to do is I need to get halfway, so that's 4.5 inches. I need to get that point right in the center here, and then I can cut around both sides. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So that's this marking right here. So a lot of times I'll put a little dot there with some tape, but you know, we're only cutting 2, so I'll just you know, wing it both times. All right, so I'm also getting this diagonal as best I can, and I think that's about good right there. So we'll cut this. I could do both at once, but I don't know. They're both a little different, so we'll do them one at a time. Oh, they actually end up being 2.5 inches, so the 3 inches does account for the seam allowance. Now I should just be able to really go 9 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so the 9 inches includes the seam allowance. My kid has yellow and pink plaid. Ooh, and pink inside. White tape and pink rimmed. Oh, cute. Oh, you've been over 90 degrees too. Yeah, it was a little cooler today. It was 80s and way less humidity. But man, when it gets that humidity, then you're just slogging around outside. And we had to turn the air on finally and, you know, try to hold out on that as long as we can. All right, we got one cut out. After this, when we slash them, I'll stack them up. All right, let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. There's my half mark. A little close to the machine. All right, let's cut that. I think we're lined up. Yeah. Ugh, you've been over 100 every day. Oh man. That's just too dang hot. Ugh. Can't hardly even go outside then. All right, another 9 inches here. Then we can slash this, which is the fun part. Oops, let's get you up here again. All right, trim, and I don't have a rotary cutting mat this big. That'd be nice though. Oh, I saw on Mass Drop they had the large, like Olfa rotary mat. I should maybe look into that. I don't know. I like my small size, but yeah, this one I need a larger rotary mat. I didn't quite cut through it all here. Geez, I didn't cut that either. All right, now we get it. Okay, so I'm going to stack these on top of each other now. I'm going to kind of actually line it up on the mat here, and I'm going to use my mat as a guide. Mom would yell at me for that. She says, trust the rulers, don't trust your mat. But, you know, we're only doing these 2 little cuts. I think we'll be okay. All right, got these lined up. So, all right, this is 9 inches. We are going to cut it at 3-inch marks. Oh, and my ruler just happens to be 3 inches wide, which is awesome. Oh geez, this looked weird to me for all of a sudden, but nope, we're fine. So 1/3 this way and 1/3 this way. All right, so I'm not gonna move it. I'm just gonna go to the next area to cut. I think this is kind of like magic. You started with one block and all of a sudden it's a totally different block. All right, same thing on this side. Ooh, this is where it's gonna get tricky for me to cut. You know what? I'm gonna rotate my mat, even though it's not a rotating cutting mat. There we go, this is an easier angle for me. Okay, this is the first 3. Oh man, it keeps wiggling. I think my rubber stoppers aren't as sticky as they once were on this. My ruler's kind of moving around a lot. All right, here's the second third. We should have 9 pieces in each of these blocks now. Okay, there we are. So next up, let's just lay them out next to each other again before we get too messed up. All right. So, I mean, this is kind of cute just as, or, you know, it's cute as just the hourglass, but we'll do that little rearranging to do it. So what we should end up with is a circle that's white and a circle that's green. And how we do that is, all right, we got our guy in the middle. We need the same color same number of color of squares all in these 4 places here. So right now, this one has 2 green and 2 white. So and this one the same thing. So let's replace the greens from this one with the whites. So now this one has all green and this one has all whites. And now we just rotate these corners. So for this one, the greens point towards the center. That gives us that circle. There we go. So that block's there. And this one, we put the whites towards the center. And there we go. That's our new blocks. So now we just have to sew our 9 patch together, and that is that. So all right, let's give that a try. Oh, I saw this interesting technique the other day where when we chain piece it all together, I don't ever trim it apart. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that today. So I'll show you what I mean in a sec. I forget what the blog post was. Maybe some of you guys saw this too, but someone chain pieced their whole quilt and kept it together the whole entire time till right at the end. I thought that was really interesting. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to sew the first column, like I'll sew this to this, and then this to this, and this to this. So the first 2 columns of this block, and then the first 2 columns of the other block, and then I will sew the 3rd piece onto all of them. Missouri Star has a tutorial that uses the same pinwheel cutting system to make a design with a pinwheel center and 2 arrows around it. Oh, neat! Yeah, you could, yeah, I mean, you could keep rotating these however you wanted. Let's see what else we can create. So this is with them all going a certain way. Oh yeah, so that kind of made a little white pinwheel here, which is kind of fun. So yeah, there's just all sorts of options once you just start playing with, that almost looks like a fish. Here, now it's a fish. Wait, there like that. Now it's like a little fish. I don't know. You can just really start playing with it all. It's fun. All right, let's sew these together. First 2. So now I just have to remember what order they come off of the sewing machine as. And since I'm going in order, it shouldn't be fine. So this is block number 1, the top row. And now here's the second row. Got some little tabs hanging out on here yet, but I'm just going to leave them. So I didn't switch my needles after finishing the sparkly hourglass quilt, and I have barely any bobbin thread on here either. So hopefully we have enough for this whole time. All right, so now I'm going to do the same with the second block. So this is the white block. Get them both done at once. And then we're going to give this technique a try where we keep everything together. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work, but I'm intrigued. Yeah, I can feel that this needle's kind of dull. It's pushing the fabric down a little. So before we start the travel art folio, I will definitely switch. I'll clean the machine and get a new needle on here, and we'll be good to go. All right, you know what? I'm going to just let that one sit here. I'm going to cut off the first 3. So the first 3 represent the first block. And I'm going to snip this off. So this is the top, but instead of trimming all these, so here's that new technique that I'm going to give a try. Instead of trimming all these, I'm going to just kind of finger press them open for now. I'll press them for real later. But I'm going to just keep them together and not separate them. So I always know that this is the first one, second, and third one because they're still together. So I'm going to just continue to chain piece and keep grabbing the next row. So I could have just stacked this row and brought it with me. But I don't know. We'll give this a try. So leaving it all together. But the thing is, imagine doing a whole quilt like this where, you know, it's on your design wall and then you can just walk it over to your machine. And yeah, I'm getting eaten now. Hold on. Eating my fabric. See how you do now. All right, we'll be good enough, I think. I saw Jordan Fabric, so cool. So maybe that's who it was. It was a recent blog post that I clicked from, you know, down a click hole somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, that could be it. That sounds familiar. So I think that's the video I must have watched for this. And I've been wanting to give it a try. I was thinking I'd give it a try for the chevron quilt that we'll be doing, but you know, we can do a little mini test here. It's kind of a fun idea. Oh, Bonnie Hunter puts hers together like this too. The neat thing is that everything stays together, so in theory, there's less thinking because you know what order everything is. If you bring the stack of, you know, the next row next to you, you always know the top one goes to the next one, and I don't know, it seems like it'd be pretty organized. All right, so that's that row, but let's go back to the 3 for the one we just did, or the white block, I mean. So keeping them together. All right, so in theory, I could just stack these like this in order, have them by my machine here, and just grab and go. So I know that the top one goes here, and then, you know, I just keep going down the rows. So grab this one first, as long as they keep the correct direction. Like if this is always the top, you know, always the bottom, left, right, then it should all turn out just right. Kind of interesting. So after this point in that video that I saw, she cut them apart and then did the rows separate, and then pressed them and then did the rows separately. So I don't know if you can really keep them together after this, but it'd be kind of interesting if you could. if you had one of those small travel irons, you could probably just sneak in and press each one in opposite directions. I bet you that'd be pretty cool. I'll show you what I mean by that. That'd be fun to try. Although I don't have a travel iron, but be a reason to get one maybe. All right. Actually, maybe I do have a travel iron. I don't think it's one of those totally little ones, but oh, I'm gonna have to check now. It's with all the travel stuff. It's not with all my sewing stuff. Okay. So here are our two blocks. They're all together yet, which is funny. There we go. That's neat. I kind of dig it. It's all together. So like if we had a travel iron, we could press these all to one side, these the other way. Oh wait, no. We'll press these ones out and these ones in. That's what we'll do. But in theory, you could leave it together and still just kind of match them up and still have everything together. Let's try that. We're gonna give that a go. Let's leave this together indefinitely. You leave yours together? You press after the first seam. All right, so you leave yours together. So, all right, in this case, I'm pressing the top and bottom rows to the center. I'm kind of going to the path of least resistance. So the center here has the least amount of bulk. Let's do the other side quick. It's a little kind of awkward, I suppose. Okay, and then these ones I will press outward. This middle one. So now we should just be able to nest these seams together because they're going in opposite directions and still leave everything together. This is totally weird. I kind of love it. So we'll just keep it together. Oh man, I want to try this with a huge quilt. I think that would be kind of interesting. So I'm holding these seams together where the folds bump up next to each other. That will give us our nice points, and then just getting this edge matched up. And everything's in place already because we never cut it apart. How silly. This is interesting. I kind of like this. I have a feeling ironing a whole quilt like this could get pretty, large, but still having it all together, I don't know, it kind of takes away brain energy that I'm not expending the brain energy of having to remember where everything matches up. So that's pretty interesting. Oh, in theory, I could get this one going right away too. So let's press that. I'll leave this one on the machine. Let's press this one. So same deal. Oh, let's tilt you guys down. Whoa, sorry. Tipped you over. So the top and bottom ones will press towards the inside. Got this little thing on here. Flip that around. But, if you had a little travel iron, you could just go back and forth, without, in this small space here. I'm pretty excited about this. Easily excited, maybe. All right, and then this one will flip outward. I think I'm glad I'm trying this on something small, though, before going crazy on a whole quilt. But yeah, I think we're gonna do this for the chevron quilt. This will be so helpful for me because you can just gather up your pile and everything is gonna be in order right away. Ugh. Okay, time to get this little phalange off. There we go. Okay, let's get that one. These are all together. So same thing. and then we'll snip this one off, and we're already connected to the other row, which is super cool. Man, I think your workspace would just stay cleaner this way too. The other thing is this would be way easier to clean up. Like, if your family members don't want your quilt pieces all over the living room for a week, then, you know, this method, it's all connected. So you can just carry it away and store it somewhere, and you don't have to reorganize or anything. Oh, thanks, Michelle. I'm easily excited when crafting's involved, apparently. All right, so just wrapping up that first one, or that second one, I guess. Let's snip. I'm a little confused. Oh, no. Get this guy. And so we have the first one together. There we are. The second piece is still hanging off of there, so let's just line those up. Oh, look, we got one of these little tabs hanging off here again. Get that. Oh, this is fast this way too, I think. Oh my God, it's 8 there and still 100. 5 out. Oh goodness, that's rough. But hey, it could be -20. So think about that. Ugh. I do not like thinking about that. All right, get the second part lined up. I love this. You don't have to trim anything. You just have this tiny little loop here, but that can stay. All right, this is my new jam now. I'm gonna do this from now on. That's the simplest things get you excited with crafting. Hey, it's good stuff. This crafting all these fun little new ideas and stuff. All right, that's it. We're sewn. So just we'll press this, and these blocks are. Oh wait, no, they're not done. Haha, that guy's not done. It tricked me because it was all together. Still got that one to do. Bummer. So what I'd like to do yet, I think we have enough time. I want to get these 4 blocks sewn together as well. And I have some cute little dot fleece that actually is part of this collection. It matches this little green dot here, but it's really big. The fleece is big dot, so I want to cut out a piece of that. I won't do that tonight, but one of these days we'll finish that up. Try and force it through. No, it's eating my machine, or my machine's eating it. Dang it. These are really stretchy to these. Oh, well, that would be a problem. We're out of bobbin thread. That's what's happening here. That was it for my bobbin. All right, you know what? I'm going to just, instead of putting more of this. Oh, it's just stuck. It broke or something. All right, well, I think there's enough to finish this project, so let's try and do that. Hey, Debbie, we are finishing up these snowball blocks that we made kind of in the middle of when we were doing the sparkly hourglass block quilt. That feels normal again. So we had 2 more to make, or 2 more cut out ready to make. I'm gonna just try starting here with these triangles, and on the bias, the machine kind of wants to eat it. And with this dull needle, I should have switched it earlier. Oh well. I have a feeling that metallic thread and just all that metallic fabric is probably not very nice on needles. But yeah, so I thought this could actually, I'm thinking of just turning this into like a little baby blanket. Maybe I'll add this to the giveaway. Or maybe I'll choose 2 names and this will be one of the giveaways, like a little baby quilt or something. So I don't know, we'll see. There we go. But I was thinking of just sewing these 4 together. Let's press these first and then we'll decide. And then just putting that fleece on the back, and that's it. Oh, and then I'll still do batting with it too. So some batting and that fleece on the back. And I might just do it where there's no binding. I might do it where you put the 2 sides together and you turn it inside out afterwards and then quilt. So maybe I'll play around on the weekend and do that. And maybe we can add another giveaway to the quilt giveaway. Oh, thanks, Michelle. Have I ever hand quilted? I have hand quilted. That's how I started doing it, hand quilting by hand. And I actually still really love hand tying quilts, which is, you know, one form of hand quilting. But I love it. But I would love to do a whole giant whole cloth, one piece of fabric, you know, big cloth that's all hand quilted. I think that would be neat. And then do like a little design that way. It'd be like an embroidery / quilting project, which I think would be fun. All right, so here are our 4 blocks. We did 2 today and the 2 last time. So I think we'll just go like this. It'll be, you know, it's not even a little baby blanket. It's like just a blankie where it's just big enough for, you know, a toddler to have their little blankie around. And that's what I'm thinking that this would be. It wouldn't be like a big blankie to sleep on or anything. It would be, oh, I didn't match seams or anything, but that's okay. We're going to just wing it. So I'm just going to sew these 2 and then these 2. Oh, we could keep them. I'll trim them off because I got to press them before we do it. I'm not going to do that whole keeping it all together thing is what I'm saying. But yeah, so this will just be a little blankie that, you know, will eventually get lost at a grocery store or something, you know. They'll carry it around and then leave it somewhere. So speaking of fabric, I just did a couple weekends ago a huge, just not cleanup, but organization of my fabric, and I actually have more to go. But I discovered a whole pile of penguin and fish fabric, like of all my fabric lines, and I have way more of it than I thought. So I am going to be doing a big fabric sale coming up soon. It actually might be like a mystery sale, and I'll let you guys know more soon. But there'll be fabric from all my different lines because there was more than I thought, and I don't need all that. I would never make that many quilts ever. All right, so I'm going to press these 2 quick and then sew that together, and we will wrap it up for the night. But yeah, so keep an eye out for that as well, a fabric sale. And I'm thinking it'll be yardage as well. It might be like a mystery yardage kind of fun thing. I don't know. I will figure that out, and all that stuff. I make announcements of all that stuff on my newsletter. If you wanna, so I think it will be a mystery though. So I'll put bundles together, like mystery bundles of fabric. If you want to get this line, this is actually my most recent line, so this is available still. I have this as fat quarters on my on penguinandfish.com. So if you really wanted this particular fabric, it's available at penguinandfish.com/fabric. All right, these 2 together. This I could really wonder clip each of these seams, but you know, we don't need to get that fancy. We'll do our best to like nest all these seams together, but if they don't get nested, we'll just get close. This is just gonna be a cute little blankie. All right, second one here. Oh, and my mom, remember I was making one of these at my mom's house, and that's why I thought it was fun, so I thought we'd do one here too. And she finished up her quilt. Oh wait, no, she's not quite done, but she was sandwiching it. Hers is a baby quilt size though, like, so, you know, kind of about the size that we did the Hourglass Block. So hopefully, I'll get to see that finished version soon. Oh yeah, this could be a little tabletop thing. Yeah, you could, something this size would be great, you know, just to put under a vase and stuff too. A little girl's baby blankie, yeah, that's what this is. All right, let's press it, and then we'll be done for the night. Well, I don't know, my weekend I think is going to be pretty busy, but, you know, we'll have these designer series projects coming up, and we'll have the Craft a Happy Life project. But we will, you know, I still have my Splendid sampler, so in the middle of our scheduled projects, and they're kind of loosely scheduled, we'll work on some of, you know, finishing up the Splendid sampler and some other things. This I might actually try and do over the weekend because it would be fun to have a second giveaway for the quilt giveaway. So I don't know, maybe I can crank this out on Sunday or something. We'll see. I'm not really sure if I'll have enough time, but I don't know. We'll see. It's not like it would take all that long. But those are famous last words too when quilting's involved. But here we go. It's two little 9 patches, or 4 little 9 patches all together. So, oh, it's sweet. I like it. And then look, we have another hourglass that popped in the middle. Oh, one thing I didn't think about is I could have turned these all in the same direction, but they're all kind of random directions. But whatever, that's okay. Like I could have rotated them to make sure that they were all equal or something. But I didn't think about that. So, all right, I will cut a small piece of batting for this, and I will cut a piece of that fleece from our new fleece line, and I think I'll do that flip inside out, and then, you know what, I might try meandering with my new, I got a darning foot, or a free motion quilting foot, and I am, you know, very amateur, like even less than amateur. Like I've, you know, putzed around once with this and I know nothing. So this might be a little practice for me to do just like a big meander around the whole thing maybe. So I don't know, might give that a try this weekend. Quickly finish this, do a quick meander over it and see what we got. And then have it be part of our giveaway. But in any case, whether I get it done or not, the giveaway for this quilt will be on Monday. Oh, look here, you can see all the sparkle. Yeah, you can't see the water-soluble lines anymore that all came out. But look how puffy, and it looks nice and, you know, used, ready to go. But yeah, I'm excited for that. So, all right. That is that tonight. I am going to flip you around and we will call it an evening. Hello. So here we go. There. That's a cute little blankie size to, you know, just grab and hold on to. And then the back will be all that kind of fun, fuzzy fleece. I think that'll just be cute. I could see making a lot of these, actually. This is what a fun way to test a block out, just to see if you wanted to do, if you liked a block, or if you wanted to learn a new block, just sew 4 of one block and sew them together and make little baby blankies. You know, they're really your test blocks, but you know, to a baby, they won't know that. It'll just be their baby blankie. So fun! I'm excited. We'll finish that up. And if I am sewing that, I'll share with you some of the process as well. Maybe I'll do a time lapse or something of it. That'd be kind of fun. So that's the plan. And well, thanks again for coming in tonight. And again, thanks for all the birthday wishes yesterday. You guys are all so sweet. I will get over on over at the Penguin and Fish Crafters group and the Penguin and Fish page on Facebook soon to respond to all your nice comments. And I will see you again on Monday. So thanks again, guys. See you then. Good night.